Ooh, it's after hours, and it is what it is.
It is what it is, radio after hours.
It's after hours.
We still got the same players. Your favorite bad influence, Uncle Dre. The rest is some bigger than one himself, R&B team. And the musical mastermind,
It's after hours,
and me, I'm the devilish overtone. I'll be here throughout the show. We gon' be saying what the fuck we want. So listen up. It's after hours, niggas. It's after hours, bitches. What time is it? It's time to suck this dick, bitches.
It's after hours.
Yep.
And this nigga just passed me a fact sheet of rules and regulations.
I wasn't passing it to you. I just was sliding it in your direction, but I wasn't passing it like necessarily to you. You know the rules and regulations of the studio, bitch. We've been doing this for how long?
I don't recognize any rules or regulations of any kind in any category in any.
So the next person
He's lawless.
shot on the side of the
He's
road.
lawless.
I'm a rebel.
Welcome, Damian Crutcher.
That's fucked up.
Wait, what?
That's fucked up.
Wait, what?
Where's my soundboard? Did I just scratch the record?
No, you're supposed to like shots fired, literally.
Put the needle on the left. So, we were just discussing before,
Yeah, we fully lit before we even got on recording, so it's gonna it's gonna be a good show for y'all. Yeah.
So we starting off in the middle of a conversation, and that conversation happened to be that Vi said he's a man without a nation, because the reason he got to that is inconsequential. D made a stupid ass statement, but what it led us
Why D had to make a stupid ass statement? Why I couldn't just be spitting my shit, son?
Because it was ridiculous.
So what? I was just talking my shit like I normally do. Why I gotta be stupid though? Yo, you been throwing a lot of shots at me lately, son.
Oh, what?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hold on,
are you
hold on.
getting sensitive over the sucker for love shots I be throwing your way?
Now that I was, I was
Only
sensitive
person
about
seeming to be sensitive right now is.
I ain't gonna point no elbows.
Nah, this nigga Dre be throwing shots at me.
I felt a certain way about it, about like into about week 2 or 3 of the sucker for love assaults. It was like he's still on this. Why he's so vigilant?
Why is he so?
All right, so for the audience, let me play catch up.
No.
I gotta catch the audience up, son, because they don't know. All right, what y'all don't
if y'all
know.
listen to the previous 2 podcasts, y'all don't know why. All right, so
But if they didn't, we got to catch them up quick and in like a 10-second bite, nigga. That's what they do on
he just wanted to
shows and
explain
shit.
why he was getting at me. Go ahead.
Nah, go ahead, man. Forget it. Go ahead.
See how you win the argument right there? Yeah.
I can't stand this.
I did exactly what it.
They should have never gave you niggas a radio show.
So, all right. So D can explain the whole suck for love thing later. But yeah, so he was saying that Vi was mentioning that he's a man without a nation, and it got me to thinking, as black people in America, born in America, not from Africa, not from any other country, I think we should have our own flag.
For real though.
I think we should have our own flag. We should design a black national flag.
That would be dope. I believe, what's the name walks around with one?
What?
Dr. Umar Johnson.
There's a black national flag?
Black nationalists.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they got some kind of flag.
Is it power? Is just a black power fist?
It's like a black power fist in the African colors.
Yeah, but don't nobody else got a fist on there.
And then too,
Let's try not to look stupid at the United Nations.
I kind of want to get away from the.
Come on.
Yeah.
I kind of want to get away from the African colors. I mean, I understand that the red, black, and green.
Yeah,
represents
and I second that. I second that notion because obviously this topic is about me. I'm a man without a nation, and all I've done for my adult life is work with the developmentally disabled, and that's a field that seems to attract a lot of African immigrants.
Yeah.
And they've told me on several occasions where they were very candid with me. We don't claim y'all.
Yeah, no.
We don't identify with y'all. We don't claim y'all. Y'all are not us, and we are not y'all.
Yeah.
So why am I doing this whole red, black, and green thing?
Yeah, well,
I don't understand that.
I mean, I understand that that's where our DNA started, but
it's the lineage. That's the but
they and I'm not putting all the blame about the discourse, but not even discourse, but the tension, disconnect between Africans from Africa and black people in America. Should I be recording this? Facebook Live, yeah, go for it. Right. But and it's not completely to blame on them, because I actually had this discussion with a student from Africa when I was attending Dutchess, and he explained how when they come over here, we black people who are who born and raised here, we do kind of disrespect them.
Yeah.
We treat them
like immigrants.
Because our image of what Africa is
spears,
and it's affected by the media and play. We don't have planes and we get our image of what Africa is from television.
Right.
Africa is not what you see it's not just what you see on television.
Right. It's not just what you see. Is right.
And vice versa. Their only images of what Black Americans are what they get from U.S. TV shows and stuff like that. And one of the shows that seems to make it all around the world is Cops.
Cops.
Everybody
of all shows.
Yeah, Cops, very heavy. And even if they see us in like an old sitcom or something like that, it's never in a positive light. So of course, the stigma and prejudice and all that stuff is established from the media. Right. So it's. I remember, and I told the kid the story. And I was like, well, I remember being in elementary or whatever in Brooklyn or whatever. One of the biggest insults was to call somebody an African booty scratcher. Mm-hmm. And you weren't insulted that somebody called you a booty scratcher. You were more insulted that they called you African. Mm-hmm. And I was like,
I remember that.
I had to step back from that and go, why is that even an insult? When somebody said it to me, I said it to people plenty of times. And when somebody said it to me, and I was like, why am I even insulted? You call me an African booty scratcher. If my ass itch, yes, I'm going to scratch it. And when I was younger, I'm not going to lie, I had melanin envy. I used to want to be darker than I actually am.
Okay.
Even though dark-skinned people always got made fun of, I don't know. I just wanted to be dark-skinned for a while.
You were in tune.
Yeah, I wanted my berry to be, sweet. I wanted my juice to be sweet.
I hear you, bro. But,
no comment. Whoa, that was offensive, B. Like,
what? The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice.
All right, never mind.
Yeah,
her mama got ass too.
I mean, we kind of talk about the berry as the vaginal canal.
Oh, really?
I
always just associated with like.
I'm not
prowess or something like that, because
I can see where you're probably along the lines of where it should have been taken.
Because the truth be told,
but we kind of fucked it up.
The first person I ever heard say, the first people I ever heard use the term, the darker the berry, the sweeter juice, were women, and they weren't lesbians. They was talking about dudes, and I'm like, okay. So what I would do if I was developing a flag is I would, garner some symbols that, represent our culture. It encompasses all, not just subgenres, but as a whole.
But with a flag developing a flag, you got to have colors.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Where are you going to go for colors if you don't use the American flag or the African flag?
I mean, there's a whole lot of colors, but colors represent something. So we got to figure out what it is we want those colors to represent. So like the African flag, the red, black, and the green. Red is for blood, black is for the people, green is for the land, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know what America's red, white, and blue is. I like the way RZA put it. The red is for the Crips, the blue is for the Bloods, the white is for the cops, and the stars come from the clubs. Shout out to the RZA.
Yeah, kind of opposite. You said the red is for the Crips.
I did.
Yeah, but
well,
we know what you're talking about, though.
Is he blood? Is he Crip? Is he that? Is he this?
Yeah, but nah, I hear you. I feel like we would probably have to encompass red and blue as the first two. From there.
something that definitely represents our stake in American history and a part of the American fabric, because as much as they try to cut us out of it, we are part of it.
Yeah.
You know?
And little do people know that gangs started off from a good standpoint. They just took on a bad meaning at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And it was really all about unification and just standing up for your neighborhood. And your neighborhood is all that you see because you deal in a microcosm. You know what I'm saying? So your neighborhood, in fact, represents your country. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at it from a macro scale.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you gotta encompass what people were going through at that time. You know what I'm saying? And I really feel like, you know, I'm proud of the red, the black, the green, and all that. But for the fact that the true holders of the red, the black, and the green, they don't accept me, that puts me right back in a nationless state.
That's
And that's
No
not
pun
that don't feel good. You know what I'm saying?
I remember. I probably talked about this before.
I say, hey, mom, I acknowledge you're my mom. I don't know you, nigga.
Yeah. I never met you.
Get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
I didn't raise you. You didn't grow up in my house.
Yeah, so.
Never mind, you came from my loins. I don't know you.
Right.
I remember when I was taking public speaking, and our first assignment was to stand in front of the class, tell a little bit about ourselves, you know, our families and our, you know, ethnicities and our cultural backgrounds. So everybody, you know, got up there. They were like, you know, my family's Italian, my family's part Irish, part German, this, that, the third, and the other. And I mean, immediately once, you know, the assignment was handed to us, I started going, I can only trace my lineage as far back as Macon, Georgia. That's it. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Macon, Georgia. That's where my lineage goes to.
We might be
The
right.
same.
I'm about to say, I think it's cousins.
Macon's and Perkins. Perkins, Georgia, and Macon, Georgia.
If we ain't related, somebody we related to is married to each other, because I heard Macon ain't much bigger than this studio.
No, it's not.
So
Very little.
so
Making the bacon.
so you know, so when this is my turn to get up there and I'm, you know, spitting my history or whatever, and I'm just like, I'm a black man in America. I don't have a
lineage.
you know, I don't have a homeland or you know, the mother country. And I was like, and I told them that little bit of truth about, you know, Africans don't claim me, and I'm not from Africa. I don't even like the term African American, because I'm not an African American. I was born in America.
I'm an American.
You know, so, and I seen a little bit of discomfort in people's faces, and I was just like, I'm sorry. If that's how you feel about it, you know, it's you didn't create the system that put me here.
Right.
You know, but it is something to think about when you and your family can sit around and go, oh, you know, we're gonna visit the town, you know, that
Grandpa.
that our ancestors immigrated from, and I'm like, yeah, I just got to drive down to some dusty bowl in the butthole of Georgia. But
Dusty roads.
But it doesn't stop there. My DNA, our DNA, goes back to a whole nother continent. But I'll never be able to know what part of that continent it comes from. So, you know,
Right.
our histories have been taken from us. So
Yeah, that's one of the first, you know, things that you utilize to break down a people, a nation, and you know you disenfranchise them from their roots, and once you take that away from them, then they're a lost tribe. You know what I'm saying? And they're ready for the breaking. You know what I'm saying? So
I think, you know what, for a black national flag, I think we would have to incorporate in some way a breaking of chains.
yeah,
A broken chain.
I can see that.
But
That would be dope.
But an image that not just represents the breaking of the physical chains of slavery, but the mental chains of Jim Crow, you know, Reconstructionism. But I mean, just up till today,
Yeah.
you know, there's still some people that
So
need
the
to
whole
be woke up.
whole flag should be like synapses firing the mind. You know what I'm saying? Just like rebuilding the mind, breaking the chains, because that's what it's all about. I mean, it's all a mental fuck that we've gone through.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It takes a rewiring, but
And unlearning.
the brain is, the plasticity of the brain is amazing. You know what I'm saying? We don't give ourselves as much credit
No, we don't.
as we're due. And it has to be something like, I really feel, it might be corny, but I really feel like a symbolic reference to the plasticity of the brain and surviving that. However, like you can,
the strength of us as a people, and what we've
right?
gone
However,
through.
you can encompass that and put that into the flag. I don't know. I don't have all answers right now. Like, if we were still on FB Live, y'all could probably see my sweat under my brow. I'm fucked over, but still.
No, I got an idea for that too, because we need somebody to. Because I can't. It's hard for me to like focus on trying to do this live shit and connect in the conversation fully.
Right. Yeah.
So we need. James, my little.
Yeah, we kind of still need a person.
Yeah, I know.
Because I know you said that alleviates the person, but it doesn't really alleviate the person.
It doesn't.
Yeah. So go ahead.
I got somebody in mind for that.
All right.
Who's sitting at home right now just doing nothing but playing Xbox.
But he'd probably rather be doing that though.
Yeah.
James Wood. James, my grandma.
James.
I don't give a fuck what he'd rather be doing. He's gonna come here and record for us.
Okay.
We should make that, huh?
I said okay.
We should probably make that happen because we need to get it
We
going.
don't have
but
Marlon anymore, so
I know.
Word.
yeah, it was Facebook Live when we had the world's worst intern.
The world's
We didn't
worst.
use it.
There was no Facebook Live back
Yes,
then.
there was.
Was it?
Yes,
I ain't heard
we
of
did.
that.
We didn't use it.
Yeah, I was trying to chase y'all down today, and I went to the spot and ran into Mama Byrne.
Word.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. She threatened my life.
Word. Because she saw him somewhere and she was beeping at him and calling him and.
Mama Byrne was looking righteous, bro. Was she had a date?
No, she just got her hair done.
Yo, Mama Byrne. I had to compliment her on her hair too, and I wanted to say like you as a whole person look excellent, but I was like, nah, my man gonna take that as flirting. So I had to say, no, your hair looks very nice.
You can say my moms look good. I
appreciate
wouldn't take it as flirting. We don't flirt with each other's mothers. We can look at someone and just appreciate
And
they
acknowledge,
look good.
acknowledge the beauty. Yeah, definitely.
Exactly.
Shout out to Mama Byrne.
With the
yo.
exception of this nigga over here to my left, because you say anything about his mother, his sisters, and he just takes it as like,
You know, I ain't saying that, right? You know, I ain't saying that. You may not tell my niece her sneakers look nice.
I
I'm
told
like,
his
fuck that
sister.
supposed to
I
look.
was telling his sister, who can take care of herself. I said, "Yo, you looking real good today." And this nigga looked at me with with that look, like, I said, "Nigga."
Yo.
I keep telling him, I said, "Yo, his sisters are like my sisters. Like, yo, I've seen them grow up. They are grown women now. That's no go territory for me. Like, yo, it's like my own little sister.
Calm that shit down, Dre.
It's like, yo, I realized that.
I honestly can't.
I mean,
help
I just watched my little sister get married. You know what I'm saying? It's like you
Yeah.
just gotta know it's happening. It's out there, and they're beautiful women. They're gonna be they're gonna be lauded.
I've been to one of my sister's weddings. You know, one of them got married. I went to her wedding. Another one, I went and I wasn't there during the birth, but you know, sat there with her and her husband with their newborn
You
baby.
were present at the delivery, just not in the room at the time.
I'm aware my sisters are,
Attractive women.
females
Attractive women.
who live in this world.
And are attractive women.
And I can't stop everybody from looking at them, but I can't stab D in the chest for saying
Given
this.
the fact that they are married and all have or all have children. So they obviously are
So that
attractive
means
women.
they're desirable.
Yes.
Okay, so
And you need
we're
to
gonna
get
talk
over
about
that.
the debate because
No, because we're gonna get this point real quick. Like,
Nah,
yo,
nah.
Hold on, let's wrap up my flag.
Okay. Vi needs a flag,
Can I get a flag, man?
even though he already has one.
I'm fucking sick of not tying something to my headrest.
then we need to get you to create a flag and it be your own, period. Like, I'm
I mean, you
serious.
can just
Like,
get a Virgin
Nah,
Island
but
flag.
I mean,
No.
I feel like a lot of the strength of the flag is in numbers. I can't be the only one with it.
you'd be the
Because
one
like
to start
you kind of connect on some more like
nobody said we can't create one. We can create the Black National flag.
yeah, we gonna create a flag, y'all.
Yeah.
Chime in, man. When y'all hear this, leave comments. Do something, because
do we have a phone line anymore?
I don't know.
I don't know. Well, we got the phone.
But I don't think we know how to work it yet. We don't.
Well, no, I know how to work it. I remember how to work it.
That's for sure.
You want to save that for next week? Or we want to attempt this shit now?
I mean, well, fuck it. We ain't live anyway, so don't give a shit.
Yeah, fuck.
Well, so. Fucker.
So yeah.
Yeah, but nah. Okay, so on to present, more like pertinent things.
Things that are actually
sorry to bother y'all with my insecurities and low self-esteem.
Like the presidential election that I didn't watch.
Presidential
debate.
A culture to identify.
Right, I just want to identify. That's all.
I feel you. Like, yo, I would love to identify with my ancestry. That's one of the reasons why I am so amazed.
And like Dre said though, like if he could trace his back to Macon, and my mom can only trace hers back to Macon/Perkins, Georgia. Like that means like shit. How many years I knew Dre and we chilling, acting as if we friends. God damn it, we fifth cousins. We don't even realize it. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
like how sick would that be?
I say all the time, I am constantly amazed at Alex Haley tracing his fucking roots back to Africa.
Yeah,
in a time with no fucking technology.
Or no Ancestry.com.
Yeah, no Ancestry.com. No.
I don't trust them sites. I don't trust that shit. Ancestry.com.
There's a black one too.
Ancestry's not as bad, but there's this motherfucking DNA.com shit.
Oh yeah, DNA.com. Yeah, that shit always popping up.
You want me to mail you my DNA?
Well, if you think about it, if you've ever had a blood test,
okay,
that shit all goes into a national. No, excuse me. A national registrar, which anyone in the world could access.
Right.
Okay.
Medically speaking.
However, I'm gonna say that every once in a while, government agencies do their job and things like that. If you're getting a blood test, you're obviously going to a doctor's office
or a lab.
There's a confidentiality.
There's accountability. If you voluntarily send somebody your DNA, and chances are before you do that, you probably got to sign some terms and agreements shit.
I'm sure.
And let's be honest, when the last time somebody thoroughly read the terms and agreements of anything? And if you read it all the way through.
Not me.
And if you read
I signed up for Apple Music last year and didn't even read it at all.
Welcome to slavery. If you
Word.
if you read it all the way through and they word it properly, you still might miss the fact that it says in black and white, your DNA now belongs to us to manipulate and do with as we see fit. And next thing you know,
and clone you.
Yeah, you got a clone army marching
or
down.
Kids.
Marching down. Ugh.
Ugh, yuck.
Cursing at me.
Dre got kids? FTK.
Look. I've already, accepted the whole M-word Rubicon. So let's.
Yo, speaking with VI, have you ever had a drink called 5 o'clock somewhere?
I'm looking forward to it.
Yo, son, I had it when I was in AC.
What that got to do with cloning and
nothing? But I get off topic sometimes.
You can at least properly interject with before we get into that.
I already interjected.
You ain't even gave us a before we get into that.
Before we get into that.
No, fuck you.
All right, finish it out. 5 o'clock somewhere. What's
Margaritaville. Yo, it's 151.
Wait, who's Margaritaville?
It's a restaurant and bar. Like
Jimmy Buffett's shit.
Yeah, it's kind of world famous, but nothing special.
Okay. It's 151. And what you piquing my interest.
It's got coconut rum.
Mm-hmm.
It has 151.
Okay.
It has some kind of tequila.
All right.
Triple sec.
Okay.
Grenadine and some other liquor. I don't know the other one. That's all I can remember. But when I tell you it's the shit, it's the shit, son.
That shit kicks you in your prostate.
One of those
absinthe and Everclear.
I only drunk half of it.
You only drunk half?
I only drunk half of it. I saved the other half
Ladies
for the next
and
day.
Gentlemen, D only drunk half of a drink. That's like Snoop Dogg saying he only smoked half a drink.
Cause I had a pina colada And then
You had a penis colada?
a pina colada first.
Panga?
So I was keeping it
Yeah,
light.
pina colada?
I was keeping it light, B. And so
Lava-
after the pina colada, I said, "Yo, let me get the
Let me get to 5 o'clock somewhere.
yeah."
After I
And-
just drunk this penis.
whoa, no way, Jose, no.
So why do they call it a 5 o'clock somewhere? Because that's when you're gonna wake up at 5 o'clock.
Open
Somewhere?
the door! Open the door! Open the door! Open the door!
Oh shit, son.
Oh, shit.
We have a special guest who has just arrived into the studio.
Speaking dolphin. Hold on.
Yeah, you can't even get it together.
Oh shit.
A famed celebrity has just walked through the door.
Radio royalty.
Give her a mic. Give her a mic.
Pull the mic down.
Yeah, you.
It's been a while, guys.
Is she on? Is she on?
Yeah, she's on.
I don't know, am I?
Yeah, we got you on.
I don't hear
Mic
me
check.
on.
Yeah, I don't
Oh,
hear you.
well,
Yeah,
now-
no.
yeah.
Producer.
Oh, there we go. I got it.
All right, there you go.
Bada bing.
Chrissy,
Hi.
what's good?
What's happening, Captain?
Nothing.
What you been up to?
I got out of class early, so I beelined it to Poughkeepsie because I wanted to be here to see you guys.
Wait,
Oh,
what do you
that's
mean
what's
out of
up.
class early? Where you go to class?
Mercy.
Who?
Mercy. Come.
Mercy.
Mercy.
Oh.
Yo,
You drove all the way from Mercy?
one of my workmates goes to Mercy Online,
Mhm.
and she went to trade in a book. I went to Mercy. There's some good flesh out there.
Oh,
Maybe we need.
Maybe we need to make our way down to where is it? Dobbs Ferry? What
Yeah.
is it?
The main campus is upstairs.
Well, me and you, Vi, we can go take a stroll down there. We'll leave Dre at home.
yeah, y'all can.
Dre can't go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
Y'all,
can't-
you know
he
what?
can't go.
Y'all can go. I'm good. How you like that? How you
All
like
right.
that? Does it make you feel better?
That feels so weird. though.
No, it doesn't make me feel bad. I don't care. Would you eat? Don't make me shit. Give a fuck.
That's a fact.
And yes,
And
That's a
yeah,
fact.
and would you do that? That has nothing to do with me neither. Like, nah.
I take credit for your abilities.
You can take credit for a lot of the person that I have become, but my abilities you cannot. There's one person who shall remain nameless who can say she laid the foundation for certain shit. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Well, ladies, I can't take credit for his abilities, but I opened his mind to the possibilities.
You definitely introduced me to the dark side.
Yeah. I am the Palpatine to his.
You are.
So have you seen this studio? Have you?
Yeah, our last show was in the studio.
Okay.
Yeah, they set this up.
All right. Yeah. See, I didn't know because remember
That's right, you
I was
was
working, so
Yeah.
I wasn't here for that situation.
Transition.
Yeah.
So fill us in. It's been
Hey, what's
months.
going on? What's
I
happening?
know. 2 days a week I drive to Dobbs Ferry and hate myself because it takes a long time.
Oh well.
But I still live home, so it's like I'm closer still to Duchess than I am to Mercy. But so I will come visit occasionally
Awesome.
That's what's up.
because I miss you guys. Like I had one day of class and like the next day I came up here and I was like, yeah, I don't care for that shit at all. I need to come home, and then everybody laughed at me.
So
But it feels weird not being here all the time because I was here all the time.
it's weird not having you here.
Word.
What are you taking at Mercy?
Media studies for TV and radio broadcasting.
Oh, okay.
All right, so she's gonna get us a job.
she's gonna moderate the next election.
The next debate, the debates for
Yeah,
the next election.
For the yeah.
So Donald versus who? Because I'm telling
Alan Greenspan.
Nah. You know who I
They work
see? You know
together.
who I see doing it?
that?
What's the guy's name? Damn. He's another Republican though, so maybe it might not be.
It wouldn't.
You know,
He might be in
he
the
might-
Republican
he-
debates, but
Yeah.
not the presidential debate.
I don't know. I can't call it.
Kasich? Was he in this? Was he running this time?
Shit. CNN done failed me.
Because the only Republican that made any sense this cycle was John Kasich.
Yeah, but
But he'll be too old by then.
what the fuck is up with did what's the name? Goddamn, what's his name? Who went against him at his own convention? Went against Trump
Oh,
because
against Trump?
he shitted on his wife,
Cruz?
Cruz.
Yeah, Cruz. Yeah, Cruz.
Now Cruz is for Trump, right?
I don't know.
They've all conceded and like, yeah, you vote for Trump type.
You motherfuckers are suckers, man.
Not really. A lot of like well-known Republicans, maybe not in this like race, but a lot of Republicans are like, do not vote for Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Do not
The
sign
conservatives.
Not even the conservatives, just the ones who have some
Sense.
sense. There's a strong opposition to Donald Trump within the Republican Party.
Yeah, that I know.
He only ran as a Republican because to run under any other party, independent or anything like that, would not even garner enough primary votes.
Right, like Gary Johnson.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with Gary Johnson.
I would vote
Yo,
for Gary
I would
Johnson.
vote for
How
Gary
about Gary
Johnson.
Johnson?
I want to vote for
Who's
Gary
Gary
Johnson.
He's a
Oh,
libertarian.
God. You're
Not
not,
a
you're
piece
even,
of shit is the
You're
answer.
not even watching
No.
at all.
No.
Gary Johnson
D just revealed his
makes
intentions.
the most sense.
Word.
Like him and Bernie Sanders should run the
All
country.
right, so does Gary Johnson make sense? Like, what's the guy's name? He ran a few years ago and had all the answers to
Paul?
Yes,
Ron Paul?
Ron Paul.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
it's
Gary
similar.
Johnson
It's similar to that,
is
right?
this race is Ron Paul.
Right.
The proper answer, but no one's there.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
If
like,
you-
yo, in
if
the
you-
debates with Ron Paul, he
Yeah.
had answers to everything, and they just moved on. No
Yeah.
one, like,
They don't want you to.
They don't want you to have the answers.
When
They don't
I-
want you to fix
Did
the
you-
problem because they run the problem.
Matter of fact-
When I see those like memes of like Bernie Sanders watching the debate and shit like that, yo, I want to cry. Like, yo, I feel so bad because he just feels like
Because think about it. Okay, you remove the party, and I'm gonna just name people: Bernie Sanders, Ron Paul, not Rand. His
Ron.
son.
His
Not
son- his son is not the
his
same.
son was
off
on.
left
Yeah,
field.
his son was on some other shit.
Ron Paul, Kasich, Gary Johnson, Elizabeth Warren, the guy Gary Johnson's running partner. I forgot his name. I think it's Meld or something like that. But and there was one other Republican early in this. No matter of fact, it was when Romney was running. He was like the last guy that Romney had to battle for the Republican nomination. But there is a handful of politicians that actually make sense and want to make an effort to fix this country,
They'll never win.
Ever.
and they never get a shot. They always get shot down.
Yo,
Which is really upsetting.
I never,
Let you know who runs this.
Yeah.
Let you know who runs this.
I never watched any debates until I saw the debate with Ron Paul and all of them, and he would put out a premise, and somebody would be like, "Well, how are you going to pay for that?"
And he have an answer.
He have an answer that made perfect sense, and then they just jump to the next question.
Right.
It's like, wait a minute,
Right.
no one
They
has
didn't
been.
want him to answer the question.
Yeah, look,
It was amazing to me. He would shut down his critics in the shit they was talking about.
like this past debate, because him actually answering the question being the problem was my issue with this past debate. Hillary would sort of answer. She give enough of an answer where you felt like she actually said something regarding the question most of the time. Trump would not answer the question at all.
At all.
And I was getting a little tight with Lester Holt for letting him slide, because it would be one thing if he never answered the question and Lester Holt moved on, and it would seem that he was oblivious and just like, okay.
That's why social media was saying R.I.P. Lester Holt.
Yeah, but Lester Holt would be like, he would say, okay, well, the question was this, and when he still didn't answer the question, he didn't call him on it. So that was my issue with the moderator.
Right.
That was actually my in-class assignment for my media course today. He was talking about the debate, and he was just like, "Oh, read this article about how Lester Holt didn't moderate the debate."
He didn't. He
and
didn't.
I was like, because I didn't watch the debate. I don't think I could handle hearing Donald Trump speak. But so I wasn't there. I was at some bar, and I heard it on the TV, and I was like, no, I can't with this. I have to be somewhere else to hear this. But he just didn't. He would cut him off, but he was just like, you're not just. He didn't even want to be there. Like, the presidential debate is like any commentator's purpose to be, and he just didn't want to be there because it was a shitty debate. It was terrible people.
For real.
They both of them, Hillary and Donald, had no respect for Lester Holt's authority in that situation, because whenever he would tell them, you would hear him chiming in, okay, you got 20 seconds, or you need to come to a conclusion, and they would just talk over him.
Yep.
Not even let him, because I've watched plenty of debates where
And Donald Trump interrupted Hillary 81 times.
enough.
And she interrupted him even like 17, 18 times.
What-
So that just goes to show you that the respect of
It's non-existent.
yeah, they don't care.
And it's crazy because they used to be chums.
For real, right? Invited to each other's weddings
Do you
and all this
really
other crazy
think
stuff.
that it's a used to be situation?
No, they still are. It's just the perception needs to be that they're at opposing sides.
Yeah, yeah. It's Biggie and Pac.
For real.
I'm just trying to sell albums. That's all.
Exactly.
You know, and we're screwed either way.
You mean to tell me the country ain't got no love for Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre?
You mean to tell me country ain't got no love for Donald Trump? Y'all don't love us.
If you don't want Hillary dancing all in the videos and on the records.
If you don't want a president that's gonna be wearing all the pantsuits.
Come to Afghanistan.
That's gonna be wearing all the pantsuits. Husband gonna be sleeping with all the interns. Vote Trump 2016.
Yeah, man.
I would rather vote Bill Clinton back to office. And how terrible Bill Clinton became.
You know what?
But honestly,
Just let him get some head again.
Bill Clinton's
Did a job.
presidency was a great. It was a good presidency, but it was a good.
Was not good for the Negroes.
It was a good example of bait and switch.
yeah,
Because
it was.
what people fail to realize about a presidency, even if the president is in for 8 years, the policies and things that they implement don't really take place and take hold
Until they leave.
until a good time after they leave.
Right.
It didn't even take.
So
till-
yeah,
it didn't take till-
his presidency was dope, but after he left, it got messed up.
Yeah.
Nah,
No.
here's one fact and figure for you. The war on drugs started with Ronald Reagan, crack cocaine in the 80s.
Uh-huh.
All the cracking down on that.
Epic fail.
During, no, the war on drugs was declared by Ronald
The
Reagan.
war on drugs was Ronald Reagan.
Yeah,
Okay.
he started
Okay.
that.
All right.
Even though he was applying all the drugs for the war on drugs, but
Right. That's
They
during
supplied
the
the terror for the war on
counterproductive.
terror.
yeah, well, during that time, something like a third of the people that went to jail, or excuse me, triple the amount of people went to jail during Bill Clinton's term, his first term as president, than the war on drugs. Three
Because-
times the amount.
3 strikes rule.
Yep.
And then there was a whole lot of whatever bill or policy that got put in place where Hillary used the term super predators as
Yes.
a
Yes.
yeah,
there was
a
several.
backing for it.
There was several things they implemented that you mean to tell me that they implemented policies that made 3 times the amount of people go to jail than the war on drugs?
Yeah.
That's
Now
despicable and disgusting.
I used to love Bill Clinton. I would defend Bill Clinton, but when I learned this is what made me realize that he screwed us over. Was the introduction of China into the World Trade Organization? Because as I've said before, China right now, if you look at it and you do any kind of research,
They own us.
the destruction and the demise of our economy, the weakening of our economy, is because, first of all, we don't produce anything, and everything we buy we get from China. And everybody, how did we get here? We didn't used to trade with China. China got into the World Trade Organization, their inaugural day in the World Trade. Listen to the words I'm using.
I hear you.
World Trade Organization was September 10th, 2001. Yes. China entered the World Trade Organization, where they now trade with the rest of the world, on September 10th, 2001. The same day that Donald Rumsfeld came out and said, hey, the Pentagon, we lost about 6 point something trillion dollars. All right, I'm going to go and have a sandwich. And that was it. And then what happened the next day? The World Trade Center terror attack. So all our attention was on 9/11 and this horrible thing that happened. Meanwhile, China,
Setting up shop.
when Bill Clinton presented it to the people that it would be a good idea for China to enter the World Trade Organization, it was presented to us as, here's a market of billions of people that we're going to be able to sell to. if you a hustler, if you sell weed, and somebody tell you, yo, I'm about to get you 1 billion new customers, you're gonna be like, hell yeah, let's go. Not, I'm about to get you 1 billion connects that you gotta buy from. That's what it turned. It went from we're gonna sell to them to we're only buying from them. And our money that we spend at the Great Wall of Mart and places like that, where everything comes from China. And what is China doing with that money? It's not like the money's going to a democratic country. It's going to a communist country that the government decides what people get, how the money's spent. They are on par to have a bigger military than us. And we're funding it.
Yeah.
If you saw the opening to the Beijing Olympics, if they can get that many people to
walk together and be in sync,
to be in unison and in sync just for a display like that,
that's synchronicity right there.
Imagine what kind of stuff they could organize if they wanted to do a military attack. They already outnumber us 3-1.
At least.
That's the Crips to the Bloods.
Now,
back in the 80s when they first formed.
They got, what, 1.5?
And what did the Bloods have to do? They had to bring weapons into it because at first it was fist fights. But the Bloods were outnumbered so heavily they had to bring weapons into it. So the only way we can do them is nuclear weapons.
Now you got 1.5, and that's being generous. You know, I think there's probably more. Let's just say, okay, you got 2 billion people existing on less land than 350 million. Because there's only about, let's just bump it up. There's only about 400 million people in America.
Yeah, but is the land mass really less?
Yes.
It's less, and less of the land is livable.
Okay, livable. I was about to say,
no, they have
China, the country, is
the country,
huge.
Square mileage is less than America.
Wait. Occupied or actual square mileage?
Actual physical square mileage of China is smaller. Not a whole lot, but
that can't be.
Look it up.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna have to look that up because thinking back to geography, geographically speaking, they have way more land mass. Livable land mass, maybe less.
Are you talking about maps that you've seen?
Yes.
Did you ever see? That lady's
Yes. I know that exactly what you're talking about.
Her
to scale. Yes.
Thing about maps and how they're
yes.
That's part of that. That's. Yeah, no, they don't have.
So wait, I didn't see that. Can y'all,
Well, basically how when they depict Africa as this small continent, that's
I've never seen.
All right, if you look on some maps,
small continent.
Yeah, on some maps they have Africa being the same size as like America
or South America
or South. Yeah.
What her demonstration, what she was explaining, was that we are taught even in elementary school a visual discrimination against countries of color, nations of color, and like she pulled out a map of the world, and it was like a 2-piece map. And if you open any book, any textbook in this country, and it's got the laid out globe, America is central, right? Not true. If you look at how the world actually is laid out, we're not central. We're off to the side.
Right.
So we have a Amerocentric map here.
Yeah.
Then size
we acknowledge that we're the Western Hemisphere.
But the size of the countries weren't to scale.
We're in the Western Hemisphere, but some maps depict us as if we're like the center of the earth.
And the scale. Okay, it had Iceland being bigger than Africa.
Yes.
Iceland's a country. The map that she had, I mean, it was blatant. The map she showed, and it was a huge map. It was huge. It was huge.
It was huge.
Believe me. Trust
Facebook
me.
Live.
I know.
His hands are moving.
Trust
it was
me,
huge.
Me, I know more about maps than Rand McNally.
It was bigly.
But so yeah, in square mileage, Iceland is significantly smaller than South America. Significantly smaller than Africa. Africa's a continent. Right. Iceland's a country. But on that map, Iceland was bigger than Africa.
Wow.
That's terrifying because Iceland is a very, very small country.
Exactly.
And
So-
the tippy top of nowhere near Europe.
What it does is it
that's
visually gives you, especially as a kid, where you think bigger is better and
Right,
bigger is
right.
more important.
Exactly.
Because you're small, everybody that's important is big.
Right.
You really D. Yeah. So you get this impression that Iceland, a European predominantly white country, is more important than Africa, a black
Wow.
continent.
I never even.
Well,
if you
before
look
we
like,
leave,
yo.
we'll show you.
Yeah.
Some before we know.
Like I can remember 6th grade in Mr. G's class. Mr. G,
Mr. Gleichenhaus.
Mr. Gleichenhaus pointing out that the maps were wrong in the books we were studying. He's like, Europe is this big in the map. On the map, he's like, in actuality, Europe is like that big.
in comparison.
He's like, yo, Europe is this big. He was like, and he had somebody stand up. He had like one of the kids stand up. He was like, yo, stand up. He's like, this is the Earth. And then he took out like a little small sheet of paper. And he's like, this would be Europe on the scale of the Earth. And it was like mad small. Not what the map is showing you where Europe would be like this.
Yeah.
Shout out to Rand McNally. That's a good guy. He's always promoting the
cartographers mean well.
yeah.
But yeah, so how do you even get on maps?
China,
Racism.
livable.
Oh
livable,
yeah,
livable area.
yes.
in China.
China is.
I took a small break. I don't even.
You did.
I don't even really know.
And I had
Sorry.
a. See that's the problem.
Yo, can
is-
I get that VI song with the pink joint, man?
Yes, man, but it's not on no. I can't access it off the cloud.
Damn it, man!
So
Need that in the Dropbox or something. We gotta be able to access that song.
Look that up.
Alright,
the
will do.
square.
Try. Go
this-
on, do it on there.
Because I don't even have my hard drive. I put it on the hard drive, but I don't.
Slacking.
Yeah.
Where
you're
you
right.
at?
I'm sorry. I went to family court today.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
they're trying to destroy my family. I'm going through some stuff, but
We'll
shit
talk-
happens.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah,
But not here. That ain't none of y'all motherfucking business.
for real though.
And don't be going on, Facebook. What's going on with you?
We're not live right now.
Well, when they listen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I still wouldn't put that
People
on.
still listen.
I still wouldn't put that on social media. Anyway.
We have a fan that has listened to at least half, if not more, of our podcast.
Wow.
Yeah, we want her to.
And I
talk about
have 3 distinct families, so good luck searching.
True.
So
Touche.
Whoa.
it's like, hey, you might as well do some field search.
It's like throwing darts at the board.
Shout out to my boy D Allah. His birthday's tomorrow. I'm going to DJ a mass workout in Mansion Square Park
that's tomorrow?
on Saturday.
On Saturday. Okay.
Saturday morning?
Saturday morning, October 1st, 11 a.m. in Mansion Square Park. I'm going to be DJing a mass workout.
This is a Zumba class?
No.
Not a
What's wrong with
Zoom.
Zumba class?
I mean,
Nothing, but it's
not a
something.
Zoom.
Is it like a North Star CrossFit kind of workout?
Something similar.
I mean, but since he's distancing himself from North Star,
Oh, word. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's no longer with
So-
them. So.
I didn't know he
It's
was
his
even
own movement.
with.
They have stepped out
North
on their
Star.
own. Two of the guys who used to be at North Star have gone out on their own, doing their own thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
No bad blood. Everything good. Just people trying to
No
do
bad
their
I
own
mean,
thing.
yeah,
Nah.
just
Yeah,
you
just
got to go your own direction.
Yeah.
But first and foremost, shout out to
Shout
him.
out to him.
Yeah, and
Happy
you know,
birthday early.
for real though,
Yeah.
and my pops too. All right, keep it moving.
Back to the maps.
And then in the debate, yes, yes, check that out. China actually is smaller in square mileage than America.
I think what I
Holding-
got to was 0.1 million miles, like square mileage less.
Yeah,
Less than America?
yeah.
Less than.
And
Wow.
like she said, less.
And I could have
less
swore
livable
from my
terrain.
visual depiction when I think of China, you could fit 2 United States
Word.
in there
you would
with
think,
some room to boot, top and bottom.
You would think, but nope, not the case.
Because a lot of maps they don't even put things to size. They make it bigger because it's like, oh, let's see what's all in the states, but like they don't like to
It's
size.
not to scale. It's not to proper scale.
Yeah.
That's how we got on the whole map discussion.
Proper
Is
scale.
is misrepresentation of
Google
Yeah.
is having fucking trouble with depicting the actual size of China. This is.
Well, I mean, Google's not allowed in China sometimes. So.
I have never had Google be stumped.
It takes a minute because China's like, what are you trying to find out?
Yeah, they got. Oh,
That's crazy. So
yeah, China.
China don't know.
is Siberia bigger than the United States?
Siberia, which is part of Russia.
Because
Probably.
Siberia looks huge on
I
that.
think
I
so.
think Russia is
Russia's the biggest country in the world.
very much bigger
Okay.
than America, but once again, way less livable terrain.
But Russia looks big. Looks in my mind, Russia is smaller than China.
No,
Russia is the only country in the world, I think, that's in 2 different continents.
it is.
Yeah,
Oh,
it is.
shit.
Part
Yes.
of the most livable parts of
It's part
Russia is
Europe
actually
and-
is Europe, is
Yeah.
not Asia.
I didn't realize Moscow was so close to Europe. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I always thought
So
Moscow.
we're not gonna call that Moscow.
Huh?
We're gonna call it Moscow.
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 No, I said it how I said it. Y'all know what
Tomato,
I'm talking about.
tomato. Don't be like that.
It's tomato. It's the A.
Tomato.
No in the shush. No, yes.
No one to shush.
Moscow. Moscow.
X.
Where Putin lives.
The Putin guy.
Yeah. I didn't realize until I looked at a globe recently that it's pretty much on top of Poland almost, you know. I was like, oh, okay. No wonder. But there's a whole, it's on top, you know, Russia sits on top of China too. So,
Yeah.
it does take up a whole lot of space.
Wow.
Russia. I don't
That's insane. Apparently, my mind has
Gotta look at a globe
the
again.
topography of the world absolutely messed up.
well, I mean, once you get.
But then again, I don't even know how big Idaho is, so I'm gonna keep it real. Like my own homeland. Like I can't even point out Nebraska.
Idaho.
All right.
I just don't know where
China
Iowa
is
is.
9.6 million square kilometers.
Okay.
It is the world's second largest state by land and area.
Next to Texas.
Third
Next to
third
Texas.
largest by total area.
Okay. But comparative to America, the size of China.
All right, 9.6. Just remember 9.6 million square kilometers.
Yeah, I'm gonna remember that.
Let's just call it 10. You know, if they shave their pubes, it'll look bigger.
And that's so funny because it's China. They're
pubes-
presumably the
pubeless.
smallest.
And drum roll, please. Andre B. Clyde is correct. America is 9.8 million kilometers.
Woo! 0.2 million kilometers is a lot of land.
For real, though.
Especially when you take into consideration the part about livable terrain.
Livable.
All of America is livable terrain, as the pioneers and Lewis and Clark have, you know, expressed.
Force that upon
You know.
livable area.
So
I had a house in Lake Erie,
so, really?
in the lake,
Oh, in the lake.
in the middle of the lake.
You can do that.
I'm gonna try.
Which reminds me, I want to go to Oak Island before I die.
The curse.
I might die at Oak Island.
You're gonna die trying to die.
I'm not looking for the treasure. That's just I'm not gonna do that. But I want to see Oak Island. But back to that, yeah, you know, there's a good chunk of China that is inhabitable. So
And why is that? Because of El Chupacabra?
they don't have
That's
that. That's
Mexico.
Mexico.
Mad ignorant.
China-
Somebody's mad ignorant in this room.
The Yeti.
And it's
Yeti?
not me.
What is do China have a
Yeti, yeah.
a lore?
Yeah, Yeti. Abominable snowman, Yeti.
Really?
Oh,
Himalayas.
I thought that was
That's
Siberia.
China?
Himalayan mountains. This
No,
is China.
it's China.
Oh,
Yeah, it's China.
man, yeah.
Oh.
Shit.
Ignorant.
Chrissy come back schooling.
Word.
Hey, y'all mad ignorant, son.
Y'all old dumb motherfucker.
Yeah, I can't.
I stayed in
Lord.
school. Stupid asses.
I'm sorry.
Look, if Sam and Dean ain't for it, I don't know about it. So
My
I'm
bad.
pretty sure there was a Yeti somewhere in Supernatural's 12 bullshit seasons.
hey, it's only been 11. and
They
they're
got
not
signed on for 12.
Man, fuck that show.
What?
I
fuck
love
that show.
Supernatural, but I haven't watched it in
I don't like it.
Season 11 was pretty dope.
Everyone says it got better,
I was.
but I'm afraid.
What was the last season you watched?
I haven't finished season 9 because I don't want to see somebody die. I don't want to.
Oh, I know who you're talking
I
about.
don't want to do it.
Who died?
I ain't spoiling.
No,
I don't watch the show, so it
Spoiler
doesn't matter.
Chrissy, you have to. Cause
I know, it's so important. it.
Because season
You're
10.
not spoiling it because only you and Dre watch that shit.
No, not only me and her watch it. Supernatural's a thing. It's
Well,
you
who the fuck died in
only
season 9?
you don't watch it. It's supernatural, so you know
Yeah, fuck Supernatural.
it can't stay like that.
I know. I
But
know.
Who died?
Kevin.
Who the fuck is Kevin?
oh,
Kevin Hart.
that's what you're talking about?
Well, I know
Kevin
what
Hart?
you're
No,
talking
no, he's
about.
alive.
Yeah.
Kevin Hart's
But
still
Kevin
alive.
too.
Kevin,
He's-
Kevin Hart
Kevin-
died.
Kevin
got a
is
movie
like
coming out.
special in the heart.
But once again,
What now?
it's supernatural.
Exactly.
No, I know.
Which I didn't go see in
Which,
when it was
um,
live. I wasn't with it.
Speaking of Kevin Hart, did you fucking see Central Intelligence?
Yes.
Not
Yes,
yet.
that was funny.
Oh my god, that was amazing.
Was it funny?
It was
I
funny.
actually
It was
went to
good.
theaters to see it. Like
It
I
was-
thought
it
it was.
was good.
I'm not gonna lie. The only reason I would go see it is because The Rock is in it.
Oh,
Yo,
no,
let me
it's
tell you.
All right,
The
something.
Rock is one of the
hold up.
funniest motherfuckers
Go
Time out,
ever, yo.
Go for the Rock.
Let me tell
Stay
you.
for the heart.
Leave with the heart.
Yo, let me tell you how big Kevin Hart is not. Like, yo, when I
No,
was
he's mad little.
well, not so much.
We know
like,
that.
I'm talking about as a star. Like you would think he's like,
Oh, I thought you was talking about like.
nah, cause like yo,
Topographically.
so I'm in line.
He takes up
Square kilometers.
He's 9.8 centimeters.
Yo, so we in line to get tickets, and this like 30 something white couple had just bought tickets, and they were like, yeah, it's the Rock's movie with this guy named Kevin something. Is like he's supposed to be a comedian.
Kevin's fart.
They had no fucking idea who Kevin Hart was, no clue who Kevin Hart was, and I was like, damn, I thought he had reached a level where like,
Nah.
The general
motherfuckers-
public knows.
yeah, you know what I'm saying, but like this couple had no fucking clue. They thought they were going to see a Rock movie with this other guy.
Yeah.
The Rock is really fucking weird. He's really weird.
In the
hilarious.
movie?
He's like creepy.
Yeah,
creepily.
that's-
Like there are points in the
Nah,
movie, if
yeah,
you
but
don't
that's
catch
his.
them,
Yeah, that's his character.
If you
though.
don't catch them, they're like, because I caught all of them.
But
and I'm
that's
like,
so
he's,
funny,
he's
though.
a fucking weirdo. Like he's a psycho.
That's what makes it
But
hilarious.
I
Right, that
And it's
I
that's,
think that's what
that
makes it
lends
dope.
to the appeal.
It
Because
does,
you know,
it's
you would
really
think The
good.
Rock. The Rock in
Wow.
every movie, he's like the coolest dude. Not even the coolest dude, but just like
He's the opposite of the.
you know,
Yeah,
he's
in
not
this
creepy.
one,
he could play any role.
He takes a lot of L's in this one.
Yeah.
What's
But he
the
likes it though. You
What's
can
the
tell.
movie where he's gay and he has like the blue?
It's not
shit.
Get Shorty. It's
It's
not
the
Get
part
Shorty.
two of Get Shorty.
Part two.
I
of Get
can't think of the name.
Shorty.
With Cedric
Get
Entertainment and all of
Tolly.
them.
Get
No.
Tolly.
And Andre 3000.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. The movie
Dabo.
when he played the gay bodyguard.
Yes,
Yeah.
the gay bodyguard. When he did that role, I said, yo, there's no role he can't do because he was hilarious as the gay
Yeah.
bodyguard.
Yo,
Yeah.
Saturday Night Live. To me, Saturday Night Live is the biggest litmus test for how well you can be a comedic, actor, or how well you can do in a comedy situation. Him and Peyton Manning are amazingly
Oh
good
my God, Peyton Manning
at
yo.
being funny.
The United Way
What?
commercial
Yo.
with Peyton Manning.
Yo, Peyton Manning at the roast.
Yeah.
What roast? Who's
The
roast?
roast of Rob
The
Lowe.
roast of
I
Rob
didn't
Lowe.
see that one.
They really shouldn't even call it the roast of Rob Lowe. They should call it the roast of Ann Coulter.
Which was really,
Word.
Because
I
she
didn't even,
caught the
I felt
worst of it.
uncomfortable for
Yeah,
her.
I didn't even think half of them were funny, but like 90% of the jokes were like at Ann Coulter, and I'm like, she ain't at the chair right now. There's a lot of reasons to
Who's
make fun
Ann
of Rob
Coulter?
Lowe.
Ann Coulter.
So, like-
Do you ever watch like Real Time with Bill Maher?
Yes, of course.
Okay, the skinny. She's a skinny Caucasian lady, blonde hair. Just always seems super racist.
Always looks really
Kind of
angry.
looks like a horse.
Okay,
yeah, definitely got the horse
Yes,
face.
yes.
As
Yes.
long as a motherfucker.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you would think that as much as her and Bill Maher, disagree and argue that they probably boning her.
Okay.
But Jimmy Carr.
Be cool.
Be cool. Yes.
There you go.
Yes, that is the movie.
Jimmy Carr said the funniest shit. He said, Ann Coulter is a bigoted, racist. Like, he went into all these negative things. He was like, but don't worry, Ann, it could get better. You could kill yourself.
Damn.
Yeah.
God
Yeah.
damn. Huh?
Yeah, they went in. They went in. And his
And Peyton Manning win that shorty too?
Peyton Manning went
Peyton
at
Manning
it.
went at
Peyton
everybody.
Manning said, I'm not the only athlete on the dais today. Ann Coulter won the Kentucky Derby this year.
Ooh.
That was hard because
Yeah.
she does look like her.
She looks like
her mom slept with Mr. Ed a little bit.
For real.
She look like when she died, she'll become glue. That's just
I
what it is with
understand.
her. But
Jazz
She
said
got
she
the
misses
long
us.
face.
Jazz tells you she need to come up here.
She is on her way to visit a family member who's ill.
Right.
I'm not meaning like right now.
Yeah, not exactly right
She was
now,
going to
but-
come, but she has to go visit.
Okay.
Do the family thing.
Okay.
Also, a couple of people shouted us out. Someone shared our video, even though it was only like, I don't know, wasn't that long. And we got a guest who wants to come on the show.
Who is it?
One of the trainer guys.
Oh.
Curtis Walker.
Okay.
AKA Slim.
Is it Slim?
Deshaun's
Yeah, the
partner.
Business partner, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up. I need a couple of pointers about.
And people are still liking the. It's. Yeah, we're gonna have to get somebody in here and do that live thing, man.
Yeah,
I'll
for sure.
get James in here and do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I prefer
I'm not
a girl.
getting slim.
You prefer a girl?
I've
Then
grown
find a
accustomed to
girl.
my titties. They're a part of
Find
me
a
now.
girl. You find a girl who wants to videotape us, and
I'm at this point where I can't
find a girl. Find a girl, or it's gonna be my little fucking cousin or nephew. Or
All right, it'll have to be James because if I talk to a woman, then
oh, you know who I ran into before?
I seem to be getting like a lot of like some heat. I've been getting a lot of heat lately.
A lot of heat coming off that couch.
And I'm not trying to brag or nothing. It's just it's the devil's out here trying to tempt a brother, and you know I'm trying to.
Ain't nobody trying
stay
to
focused,
tempt
bro.
you.
Stay focused,
trying
bro.
to remain
Ain't
vigilant.
nobody trying to tempt you, nigga.
I got a story to tell.
Stay focused, son.
Go ahead.
I'm not gonna tell it on the air.
Why not?
It's one of those.
Go on a break. I want to hear the story.
We don't have breaks.
You can't.
You don't do breaks no more?
Not on the
'cause-
podcast.
Not on the
What's going on?
podcast.
Yeah, not on the podcast.
Because VI don't have his music that I want to hear.
Yeah, wait,
Why are you
don't
banging
make
on
it.
the table?
It's not my fault. Stop making me feel
We're
like
not-
You
that.
gotta make the music so they can play it. Copyright. shit.
Exactly.
You gotta make it so they can play it.
That's a tall order.
And
for
he,
week
but
after
damn
week.
that, he has a catalog. I like his catalog.
Yo, I said I gotta put my catalog. I'm gonna put my catalog online. I'm gonna put it in the Dropbox, okay, so we can have access to it.
Yeah. Let me tell you something I learned about D and Rick. This is a D and Rick rule. There's no point after you've explained yourself the first time. There's no point in doing it again.
Okay.
Because they're just gonna keep beating that horse of their whatever they're unhappy about.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
Shout out to Christie.
Man, fuck Ricardo.
Yo, I still can't believe you played that fucking clip on the podcast, man.
Yeah, I did.
That you ain't shit for that, man.
He ain't hear it.
He did hear it.
Oh, he'll be all right.
Because you played it to him, you
Exactly.
rat.
Yeah.
You rat.
No.
You Meek Mill, son.
Whoa.
Damn.
Whoa. I am not a rat at all.
Well,
He
at
said
least
you
I
got
ain't call you
bodied by
Sean
a singing
Kingston.
nigga. He said you got bodied by Drake.
Body by a singing nigga?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Meek
Big
Mill.
middle finger to Lil Yachty and his friends for saying that Drake is better than Biggie and Tupac.
Oh, yeah.
I hope y'all bust, crash, and y'all burn.
Who said this?
Lil Yachty's crew.
Who the fuck is that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a DJ, so I know.
Yeah, you gotta know.
I know who Lil Yachty is.
The only reason I know who he is because of the stupid shit he said. You know, the first
I liked
one
him in Broccoli.
What?
Broccoli?
Is that a real thing? Is that a thing?
Don't be talking
Drum-
shit. Just
drum
respond
song?
to the damn messages that I sent you.
When
When I sent it to you, not 4 hours
Who the
later.
fuck is you talking to, son?
None of your motherfucking
He's
business.
straight up fucking Snapchatting videos.
It's not
Snapchatting,
Snapchat. No.
How's that not
no.
Snapchat? What is
This
that?
is Marco Polo, not
The
Snapchat.
fuck does that mean?
What is Marco Polo? I am the Marco
This is
Polo.
Marco Polo.
This is the Marco Polo.
Yes, that's it.
Excusa.
I'm here. I'm the Marco
Yeah, that shit is
Polo.
hilarious,
Polo.
that commercial. But yeah, Marco Polo's
Oh, I
like,
get it.
it's like Snapchat,
Polo.
but there's no time limits. There's no time restraints.
Oh.
Snapchat is like 10 seconds.
That sounds fishy.
Well, hey, Snapchat, you get 10 seconds to say whatever the fuck you gotta say. Otherwise, it's gonna be multiple
If
fucking
you have
messages.
just exactly, if you gotta.
But
say
I only
something,
want to
fucking
hear
say
10
something.
seconds of your fucking life at a time anyway.
I just figured it
Fuck
out.
all you guys.
From now on, they should have the debates on Snapchat.
For real.
You get 10 motherfucking seconds.
Make your goddamn point.
Yeah.
Or tweet it in 140 of them things.
Yeah.
How media is changing the world.
Yeah.
For real.
I think, that'd be better, though, because you don't got to listen to a long-winded bunch of bullshit.
Because
Well-
you're supposed to get 2 minutes to talk.
Yeah.
VI's still nationless. We didn't solve that
I
problem.
just came back from Atlantic City. Anybody here? I was on vacation.
He did the same thing he did in DR. Nothing.
Why you go places and not do nothing?
Because
Don't
he's
listen to
that
Dre.
type of person.
Please don't listen to Dre.
I'm that type of
Dre
guy.
will have you believing I do nothing when I take trips and go on vacation.
I'm
I
just.
feel like you take 3 million pictures and that's
Of
it.
nothing.
Of nothing.
D didn't have. No. I'm not even.
Show her some of the pictures,
Yeah,
D.
let's see some pictures, D.
Because he's always trying to like snap pictures.
It's barren land.
I mean, it's nothing there to take pictures of.
D
Atlantic
went-
City's kind of dead.
He went out for an hour and took pictures of as many things as possible, and then he spent the rest of the time locked in the hotel room playing Rick James. Remember Rick James had that lady tied to the bed and him and his girlfriend was just using and abusing her? Yeah. That's Tuesday.
I didn't tie nobody to nothing. Number one,
He was playing 9.5 weeks.
I was not. I wasn't playing 9.5 weeks.
You should try it.
No, I was gambling a little bit.
With your dick. A little bit.
I was not gambling with my
You
dick.
play craps with your balls?
No, never. I
Shoot
don't.
him across the face.
No.
Snake eyes, let it both of your eyeballs.
You're an asshole, and no, I didn't do none of that.
You ain't teabagging? You still not teabagging? I listened to one of the old podcasts and you was anti-teabagging. You still not teabagging?
Listen, how many times we gotta go through this?
You still
All
not
right?
doing the Lipton lover?
Listen.
You did,
A blowjob
not
is
doing the
between
best-
you
You're not
and my
doing the. You're not
dick.
doing the Bigelow
That-
bounce.
the Nesty plunge. You not doing the dip set, dip set, dip
No.
set. Ow. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Why not?
You know how I feel about that. Like, yo,
I'm still. I can't
this is
understand.
between.
You're not doing the pure
You-
leaf pose. Extra sweet tea.
The Southern style sweet tea.
Oh man, you
You have to like give respect to the names that they come up with.
word is very creative. Like, and they come on the fly. Like, just
Yeah.
their
Never
creativity is amazing.
The Arizona anchor dip.
Yo, Arnold Palmer just died.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! Yeah.
I thought
Yo,
that was a
rest
while
in
ago,
peace to
didn't
Arnold
it?
Palmer.
No,
No,
he
that
just
was
died
like-
a
Really?
couple of days
This,
ago.
yeah, like over the weekend.
So who's the other guy that died?
Nicholas?
Yeah. No, not Nicholas. No. I thought it was
Nicholas.
no,
'cause
not
Greg
Nicholas.
Norman is still alive.
No, the other guy who made stuff. He was a golfer, not Arnold Palmer.
Is Arnold Palmer?
Is it
Jack
Newman?
Nicholas? Norman?
Newman.
Greg Norman?
No, Newman, nigga. Like Newman's.
Paul Newman?
Yes.
He's not a golfer. He's an
thought-
actor.
I thought
He got a salad dressing.
Yeah, he got salad
pretty
dressing.
damn good
And
popcorn.
he has tea too. He has teas.
Oh.
He has organic.
The Paul Newman plunge.
Yeah. The,
Uh,
Man, I hate you. They should have never gave you
I can do this all night.
microphone.
Kind of like teabagging.
No, I do not teabag. I have not teabagged anyone. That I can remember.
Is it, you know, you just don't like your nuts touched?
My nuts are very sensitive.
That's the point of having
Yes,
teabag.
no, we discussed this on a previous podcast. Like, yo,
Yeah, but you
That
never
was that podcast.
But you never explained your reasoning. You just say, you know,
I said this is what I said.
like if somebody asks me, Dre, why don't you like your nipples touched? Because the shit makes me nauseous and it makes my dick go down. Boom. Explanation.
but I'm bum.
Wait, what?
I hope that's not it. But
Hey,
No, that's why I don't like my nipples played with. The shit makes me nauseous.
really,
Would you ever get your nipples pierced?
No.
Why not?
Because I don't even like nobody touching them. And you got to hold them to pierce them. That shit, and then there's no point in piercing them. What's the point of piercing them? Is to like make them more sensitive or whatever. And it's the sensitivity to them already. Like for some reason, I don't know if it's Pavlovian or if it's an actual thing, but if somebody try to play with my nipples, my stomach starts to turn, and I want to.
did someone do something to you as a child?
I'm just not a fan of my nipples. And it's
So
not
why-
that I don't like the way they look. I just don't like that. I don't like them.
I'm with you because I don't like feet. Like,
I'm not
at
a big
all.
fan of feet
I'm
either.
not-
well, wait,
But I
what does
have
feet have to do with nipples.
no, but like I've
talking about
had,
things he don't like.
I've
Like,
had,
I'm not-
I've had, you know, partners that I was dealing with start to, you know, play with that area because for most people it's a sensitive area. It's an erogenous zone. It's just not for me, and it's beyond just not being an erogenous zone. It's actually a turnoff. So, so I can explain why it's a turnoff. You're not explaining.
Ladies
why
and
you
gentlemen,
don't want,
it only took us an hour and 15 minutes to get to a sexual topic.
We're trying to grow up.
Into the podcast.
Well,
we are here. We're in the building.
You got to
7:37 p.m. It's time to suck this dick, bitch.
Yeah. Get it right, get it tight.
I'm going to let you know, like, when I'd be out with Sean and Melissa, like, a while back, I would look at the time. If it was the middle of the night, I would say that to them. Like, it is what it is radio. Like I would do that just randomly if it's quiet. Just like, hey, guess what?
Dude, you know what? Sit with you.
Suck this dick, bitches.
Good job, VR.
Yeah.
Well,
And I thought I was a bad influence.
You are.
I'm not.
Listen.
I'm not a bad influence.
We need to hook some jumper cables up to your nipples and just totally reset them back to zero. Just like clear out the cache.
Honestly, no.
Everything.
I'm literally getting hot and nauseous thinking about it. And not hot, like, ooh, I'm hot. Like, you know how before you throw up, you become flush?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, no, my stomach is turning. It really is for
That's
me.
so, I'd never heard that. That's interesting.
I'm sorry.
Is this an explanation of why my nipples don't?
No.
Nice.
What was that light-skinned nigga doing in here earlier, dancing around talking about, do you remember his shit? Remember? Yeah, that do look like Eddie in Iman. Okay, I was reading something D handed to me. I get random with it.
Mm-hmm.
But,
No, the explanation, if you let me finish the fucking explanation, like I said.
You never started an explanation.
I did start like 4 fucking times already. You won't shut the fuck up long enough for me to explain.
It.
Shut the fuck up. See, there you go, interjecting already on me explaining my explanation. Motherfucker. So.
All right, but before you get into that. All right, go ahead. Inquired minds want to know.
All right, so boom. So I feel like.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
See, that's where the live feed comes in. A blowjob is between you and my dick. Leave my balls out of it. My balls are very sensitive. Okay. All right.
As are mine. VI?
My balls are sensitive too, but
Okay.
they're still included in the process.
They're not, for me, they're not.
Tag teams back again. Check it to wreck it. Let's begin. Party on, party people. Let's have a ball.
Okay. They're sensitive.
You can tag my balls in whenever you feel like it.
I get it. They're sensitive. So, did somebody manhandle them wrong one time?
No.
Is there a deeper story to this?
There's no deeper story. It's just like, yo, it would be. She would have to tread very lightly, and if she went overboard, is a kill switch.
But that's the point. She's supposed to tread lightly.
Exactly. If she doesn't, it's a kill switch.
Why can't you entrust that? You know,
I mean, communicate to her like, hey, I would like to dip my balls in your mouth, but I would like you to be very cautious in the process.
I'm perfectly fine without that. Like,
I mean, because I'm sorry, the first time somebody, I say somebody like it's not a woman. The first time a woman, a female,
no,
a girl,
we understand that it's a woman you're talking about. Like,
lick that part where like the back of your balls and your gooch meet. Like, cause my asshole is completely off the table. It's not part of the deal.
Of course.
I've been eaten out before.
I'm mad that you put it in that fucking phrasing. Cause now I could just it's like the imagery is like VR on his back with his knees by his head and some chick with a tongue in his butt.
Oh Lord, baby Jesus!
Oh shit!
You fucked my life up on that one. However, but like she licked the. Here's what she did. She started at the frenulum, that part right underneath the hole, and licked down the shaft, down the balls, around to the back of my balls, and then to the gooch.
Ooh. And
then she sucked each night. It was amazing. It was wonderful. It was dope.
It was.
And this was the first time. My first blowjob was epic. The first one I got. I never gave one. My first blowjob.
Thank you for the clarification that we know what kind of person
We appreciate
No,
you
I
clarifying
have
that.
to because I left that open, and I'm sorry. I know I would have took that opening, so I had to close that door.
I mean, I was about to put my phone down and say something, but you got me.
I had to close that door before anybody else got through it.
No doubt.
This is like my first blowjob.
All right, so I'm on Facebook, and it says Obama, not Kaepernick, sends youngsters around the world to kill and die to benefit the wealthy. Obama, not Kaepernick, incinerates. What is that? Yeah, incinerates people by remote control. Obama, not Kaepernick, keeps a kill list at the ready. Obama, not Kaepernick, treats soldiers as mercenaries.
What?
Yeah, it's an article on Facebook.
What?
Because Obama asked Kaepernick to think about the pain he's causing military families.
Who is? Wait, what?
Obama is saying to Colin Kaepernick, think about the pain he's causing to military families by kneeling when they play the fucking national anthem.
Okay. That is the most civil of civil protests that I've seen in a very
For
long
real.
time.
Right?
And it is. I am flabbergasted by how stupid people are.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, just
Like-
not joining.
Like, how dare you? Like,
How dare you not join this party? How dare you not get your frenulum?
what's happened?
Get it
Like
to
it is not like he's saying "fuck off, America."
Right.
It is literally he said it. He's a form of civil protest. Does your fat ass eating fucking Cheetos during the national anthem of a game? Are you up? No. Don't know.
But Joe, they showed a picture in Congress of motherfuckers sitting down doing
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Like piss off.
Or
And,
Don-
these,
how about the
these are
picture
your
of
fucking
Donald Trump?
congressmen.
How about the picture of Donald Trump right before a Republican debate and then doing the Pledge of Allegiance? He doesn't have his hand over his heart. You know, it's in.
I mean,
it's-
I don't.
I don't
stopped
do
doing
that.
that when we weren't yelled at to do it. I don't pledge allegiance
Yeah.
to no bullshit.
Neither
I
do
stopped doing the Pledge of
Yeah, I
Allegiance
was,
when
I was raised Jehovah's
when
Witness, so I didn't.
it was. You know what?
didn't do
I
it,
was
yeah.
exposed to the Jehovah's Witness thing, but I never used that as my reasoning. My reasoning for not doing the Pledge of Allegiance is I understand what these words mean. I sat and this is. I analyzed things before I even started smoking. But I sat there and I was like, the
Word.
Pledge of Allegiance. Let's listen to the words that
You're
that
forced
is.
to say at a young age.
You're pledging allegiance to a flag. Okay, let's break it down. And then when you get to, I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but when you get to the very end of it, that is the biggest lie that we are told in this country. We're told that we live in a democracy, right? You're always talking about fighting for democracy,
False.
spreading democracy. That's not the democratic way when things happen. But when you get to the end of the Pledge of Allegiance, it's for the republic for which it stands. We don't live in a democracy. We live in a republic, and there is a difference. There's a huge difference. We
I am
live.
the Senate.
Listen, man, in 4th or 5th grade, can't remember which, I stopped pledging allegiance to the flag when I found out the flag is exactly the same that enslaved us. Just a
Yeah.
different number of stars. Same fucking flag, just more stars.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna.
So we've all had.
I'm
our
not gonna
revela-
capitalize on all this like great stuff that y'all were
These
doing.
great
Y'all were
revelations
young.
at
Yeah,
our
I
young
just
ages.
didn't celebrate
just-
the flag because I was told not to by my mother.
Yeah, really.
And I was just being a good, decent little guy and following along.
Being a
with
good
her,
baby witness.
Yeah, her little practices and everything. So
But yeah, so that and the messed up thing is I like the national anthem. I like singing it. It's a pretty fun song to sing until you learn what it means in the history of it.
Say.
Anyway, but and yeah,
Turn it.
and he gave me the silent treatment.
No, he gave himself the time.
Okay, yeah,
No, he gave
because I can still hear me.
Because he can't hear him. He hears him talking. He
gave himself
He
the
gave
silent
himself the
treatment.
silent. He turned his own mic off.
Yeah, see, I'm equal opportunity with it.
Nice,
Whoever.
no
deserves
bias.
it. Yeah.
Just so.
So don't feel bad now when it happens to
But
this guy.
but I think the number one point the number one argument that has been made in this whole Colin Kaepernick protest thing is you upset about his protest, but you're not upset about what he's protesting.
Right.
I also one of the other things because of social media is so big right now, the veterans that are with him. They're just like, oh, because veterans gave up, like people die, and like people that come back for more, like they're into it, and they're just like, that's not what we fight for. We fight for his right to choose or stand. We fight for his right to civil protest because that's what we came in. That's why we're in the Corps. That's why we're in the Army.
Right.
And are you going to tell veterans that they're disobeying because like
that's
they're
not what you
doing
fought
what
for.
you want?
That's not why you fought.
That's exactly.
You're
and
telling the people who fought that it's telling basically them that you know better than they do, even though you sat your ass over here.
Yeah.
Or you went, and I've noticed, I'm like, okay, people who be like, well, I went to Iraq, I went to Afghanistan, but you came back in one piece. So chances are you either didn't see no combat or you're lucky enough that when you did, nothing happened. You really do kind of think about things differently once something like losing a limb kicks in. You go, what am I really doing over here? And the people who have seen the worst of war,
Fuck those camel spiders.
those are the ones who support him. There's plenty of, like you said, I've seen a lot of support for him from people. And he said when they were like, well, how do you feel, that you're what do you feel about the fact that you're disrespecting the military and the people who went over there to fight? And he was like, that's not, he was like, I greatly respect the military. I have people, family and friends who
fought and died.
It's like, that's not what this is about. I'm actually what he's doing is exercising the freedom that they fought for.
He's honoring them.
And what he's saying, he said, listen, they're going out there, they're losing their lives, they're putting their lives on the line day in and day out for freedoms that we as a people are not getting here in this country.
Yeah.
And that's his point. And then, of course, they're still murdering people on camera. And that's the whole thing he's talking about.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it lets you know how stupid the masses are in this country. People, and once again, let's go back to the presidential debate and Trump. Now, I don't get to watch The Daily Show as much as I used to, especially since Trevor Noah took over, and I'm mad about that because I think every time I've seen it, he's doing a good job. So there was one of these, segments where Jordan Klepper, one of the performers on there, they're not really journalists.
Well, correspondents.
One of the correspondents. There you go. He went to a Trump rally, and of the litany of dumb things that these Trump supporters said, the one that took the cake for me was this dude said, and Obama did nothing on 9/11. He just sat in the Oval Office.
Oh my Lord!
Yeah,
doing nothing.
Boom, boom,
and
boom.
And of course, Jordan Klepper fed into it. And he was like, yeah, well, what was he doing on 9/11 when he wasn't responding? Why didn't he respond? On 9/11. The guy was like, yeah, I don't know. I'd like to find out myself. Oh my God!
Fucking people.
How in the fuck you gonna hold somebody responsible?
But like that's how uneducated these people are, and that's why they take control of the fact that these people are so uneducated that they can put anything in their face and they believe it.
Yes.
And that's what's wrong.
Yeah.
And the unfortunate thing is that stupid people are the loudest, they're the most vocal, and they're the most supportive of somebody that they really like feeling. I've heard so many Trump supporters say he says what he means, and he don't say shit. He speaks nonsense. He's got great plans for this for the country. Okay, well, what is his plans? He's gonna make America great again. How? I don't know.
By making it great.
By making it great.
But he's
you hear the man speaking.
Yeah, what is this, Pizza Hut? This isn't Pizza Hut. This is a country. This is America, people, and it's not. You can't run America, even though America is a corporation. It is a corporation.
Yes, it is.
But you can't run this particular corporation like you run any other business.
Well, a lot of people say that he knows how to work corporations. Motherfucker lost money. He's given money and loses money. And he's like, oh, he's made millions. And I was like, yeah, but if he just left the shit alone, he'd have billions. And people think that like he is great at money making. And I'm like, he's really not, because all he's fucking famous for is bankrupting businesses.
He's not that dope.
It's amazing.
By that standard, we can nominate Diddy or Jay-Z.
But here's what's
I'd rather.
I mean,
I'm gonna say this. this shows how fast the slippery slope of stupid is.
Stupid is a stupid does.
It's 2016, right?
Correct.
Ross Perot ran in 92. D?
I believe so.
92, right?
After the first what's name war. The first
Gulf War, right?
Gulf War, yeah,
Okay.
92.
So 92, that's 24 years.
Uh-huh.
Within 24 years, we went from a billionaire businessman is not fit to be president
Right.
to
A billion.
That's
a
the only
billionaire
reason
Is the
why.
businessman
only option for
is
president.
the best choice for president.
It's not the best choice, but
No,
it's,
but
it's
I
the
mean,
one
people-
that's easily enough controlled by the corporation that people are gonna vote for. These fucking Hickvilles are gonna
And
be
that's-
like Donald Trump, and it's like,
and-
no, motherfucker.
And that's another
Yeah.
thing that trips me out is his supporters are dumb enough to believe that he's not beholden to any corporations or rich people. I'm like,
No, they just dumb enough to believe that he's good at what
he's
he does.
he's not beholden.
Because he says he didn't take their money to
Right.
run his campaign.
Liar.
It's because he don't need their money to run his campaign. But if I can run my campaign without money from D, but D's still my friend, of course when I get some power, I'm still gonna do things that benefit D.
Right.
Even though I didn't need his money to get there.
Right. Right.
But I could use the fact that I don't need his money as a platform to get me there for people who mistrust those who use corporate money.
For real.
So it's not, and the dangerous part is at least if a candidate is bought by a particular corporation, if you know that the person is owned by the Koch brothers, you at least can say, well, the Koch brothers are going to be running the country, and the things that they want in place is what's going to happen. With Donald Trump,
You don't know.
you don't know because, first of all, you don't know who he owes favors to, who he's gonna, be like, I'll throw you a bone here, I'll throw you a bone there. But on top of that is, he's only beholden to himself, and when that's a whole different kind of.
That's a dangerous enough.
I do what I want.
He's gonna only
that's a
want to benefit
dangerous
himself.
enough,
That's how he
perception.
acts now.
He's thin-skinned. You can't be so sensitive to words and run
He's
a
a
country.
Yeah, when
a
Hillary said maybe he's not releasing his taxes because maybe he didn't make as much money as he says he does, he was like, oh, okay, like he was ready to react like,
Yeah.
I'm rich.
But at one
Like,
point,
don't get it twisted.
At one point in that very debate, he was like, "That wasn't nice." He was going like somebody like something either she said or Lester said, I can't remember. But he was getting his panties in a bunch. He was like, that wasn't nice. What you said or whatever. Like he got offended. You're a grown man. You can't sit here and tell me that you got offended and it hurt your feelings. He didn't want to do the debate with Megyn Kelly as moderator because she's not a nice lady. You're not a nice man.
He's an asshole.
No, he's not an asshole. We're assholes.
No.
Asshole is a term of endearment.
Oh, you're
to
right.
me.
He's a dickhead.
He's a fucking dick. Okay, he's a fucking dick.
Agreed.
Yeah. So, and Hillary ain't the best choice.
You know what I can't stand about Hillary? Is that, Bernie Sanders started kind of gaining a lot of ground once it was out that he was kind of for black people and for police,
Accountability.
accountability
Yeah.
police. He started gaining a lot of ground, during his run. And guess what Hillary does right after that? Starts talking about how pro-black she is and how she's for the black people and the black man, this and that.
A majority of Hillary Clinton's campaign for her entire political career, even in the 80s, has piggybacked off of the success of people around her.
Yeah.
That's why, because a lot of people are like, everyone's for Hillary, and it's like, I find nothing wrong that there could be a woman president. I do not want the first woman president to be Hillary Clinton.
Right.
Because she has physically changed her platforms in the spotlight
Yeah,
to
so many
match the
times.
general public.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, maybe I should be for that, not because it's the right thing to do, but it's
She
going to
panders.
get you people. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She panders to whoever's
She's the
in the room.
she's the great panderer.
Yeah.
Pander.
Matter of fact, that was where she completely lost me. Was when she was on the Breakfast Club and she was like,
I got hot
he
sauce.
was like,
105.1?
I got hot sauce in my
yeah,
bag.
Angela Yee was like, name something you keep in your purse. And she was like, hot sauce. Didn't bat an eyelash.
I got hot sauce in my bag.
And of course,
She looks like she melt if she touches hot sauce.
and Charlamagne
Fucking
called her out
white as milk.
immediately. Charlamagne was like, oh, see, there you go, pandering to the black community again. And she said, is it working?
Wow.
That's as bad. That's as bad as Donald Trump saying, I didn't pay taxes because I'm smart.
Yeah. Or
But he's
my
telling-
favorite, what do you got to lose? The African American community is the worst it's ever been. Really? Because I remember Brooklyn in the 80s. You remember the Bronx in the 80s?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, it's not that bad. I remember Poughkeepsie in 1992. No, it's much better.
Yeah,
it's exponentially better. Even with the gentrification,
The only
it's
difference
better.
is we're going to jail more now than we were then. But the actual
But why? It's the laws that are in place.
I was about
Yeah.
to say, and that's something that they say Hillary's behind.
she is.
Yeah, her
She
and Bill.
was.
You
Her
know,
and Bill created
Stop
this crime
and
bill.
frisk
The crime
and
bill.
the crime bill, all that good stuff. But yeah, but that's when she totally lost me. Was when you admit that you pandering. I mean, you a
Is it
politician, be a
working?
politician.
I mean, it would have been funny if like she pulled out a purse and there was hot sauce in it, but I bet there
That'd
wasn't.
be a whole nother thing. Or
I
she-
think that'd be like funny, be like, oh, is it ha ha ha? Like,
It probably was. She came prepared. This was a. You know,
But yeah,
knew she gonna
I'm
be
pretty
questioned.
sure she probably had hot sauce in her bag. She knew what she
But
was
even
doing.
if you know, she could have. Honestly, she could have said that and then just laughed it off. You know what I'm saying?
but did she like say it and laugh, or she said it and like waited for a response?
She was like,
Nah, but she just tried to say, like, I'm from the South.
She said
you
it.
know.
She said it without missing a beat, and she said it like real matter of fact. When she's like,
was
"So
real-
name something
real
you keep.
rehearsed.
Name something you know carry around in your purse." She's like, "Hot sauce."
because she knew the question was coming.
Yeah, I mean with that head tilt and that nod, like yeah, hot sauce. And then when Charlamagne immediately is like, "There you go, pandering," and she turned to him with the, "Is it working?" And she smiled about that. But if she would have been like hot sauce, and then when he said this, like you know, laughed it off, like nah, you know, and admit that okay, I'm just playing. That would have let us know, okay, you're not really walking around with hot sauce, but you at least cool enough, quote unquote, to know what's relevant with Beyonce.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I would have still respected that.
Yeah.
But you posing. You posing, and when you were given a chance, when you were exposed on your posing, you refused to
Right.
back away from it.
You refuse to crack.
Yeah.
You're just going to live a poser life forever.
And one last, you know, because we're approaching the end of this.
Yeah.
One last thing about the debate. Hillary, all I can say about Hillary, it was really like watching a smart woman argue with her dumbass husband, because when she handled it real well. Like she knew just when to just stop
Yeah,
talking and let him
she's
make an
seasoned.
ass of himself and get right back to the point. I like that. I did like that
but
about
she's
it.
seasoned, though, bro.
Yeah, she's good. She's real good.
Yeah.
And the thing that pissed me off the most about the debate was Donald Trump didn't give one fucking definitive answer about nothing until Lester Holt said there's tensions amongst what the hell?
What was that?
Chris and Gabe.
Oh, he was, you know, Lester Holt.
You know,
asked-
Chris kind of looks like Emilio Estevez when he had long hair.
Yeah, he does.
Oh wait, I have to. If
Yeah.
I'm locking up the door, my shit.
golf clap. But so the question was, you know, what would they do to improve race relations, given the current climate between, you know, blacks and whites, especially with the police. And
I've kind of turned into Dre.
the only shut up.
Because
And-
while he's talking, I'm sitting over here looking at pictures of Big Booty on Facebook.
Good job.
Good job. Yeah. Hey, somebody has to take the mantle. So the only definitive answer that he gave, or at least close to a definitive answer, was, how do I fix race relations? Law and order. Which immediately I heard, lock them up. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
That sounded like more police to me.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
lock
what you
'em up.
would. That's what you would hear, because that's what was happening.
Yeah, not you know, we'd have to forget sensitivity training. I'm truthfully of the belief that police your own communities, and I don't mean, you know, if black people police black neighborhoods. I mean, officers who come from less than means. If you grew up in the hood, because you can, I'm sorry, if Huggy, I don't know, you remember Huggies? You remember Huggy, right? Jeremy, can't remember his last name.
Yes.
If Huggy or shout out to Rory would have became cops, I could see them patrolling the hood and being partial, understanding what's going on because they come from that. They come from that area. They know what it's like to live there. Mm-hmm. If you've never been, just like Trey said, if you've never been to the hood, don't come to the hood because you won't understand the hood.
Mm-hmm. Motherfucker.
I can't patrol the motherfucking, coming from a hood, I shouldn't be patrolling the suburbs. Because I'm going to see somebody with a ladder up against the side of the house as somebody trying to break in, not as a guy cleaning his gutters.
Right.
Whereas if you've never been in the hood, you're going to drive past a group of people standing on the corner as a group of people standing in the corner doing something illicit or illegal, not a group of young men who have no other place to go to gather and congregate and, enjoy each other's company. Mm-hmm. But that's what I had to explain this to my manager that, because he said, you tell him, this is right after the debate, so everybody's, political juices is flowing.
Yeah.
He was like, you mean to tell me that if you drive down the street in Newburgh at 2 a.m. and see a group of people standing on the corner, you're not going to think they're doing something illegal? And I was just like, you know what? Having been a 16, 17-year-old person standing on a corner in an inner city at 2 a.m, knowing that none of us were doing anything illegal, no, I'm not. Because I know that they don't have a place to go. They can't go to, it's not like, oh, we'll go to so-and-so's house, because once you get more than 3 friends in your house, it's crowded. Mm-hmm. You can't enjoy yourself because you got to keep the noise down. You go to where you can be unfettered and enjoy yourselves. Mm-hmm. Kids who grow up in certain communities, they can go to graveyards, they can go to parks after dark, and the worst thing that happen is the cops will come by and tell them, disperse. Mm-hmm. Not so simple with us. And I told him, I was like, it's not that we don't know that standing on the corner looks suspicious, but we know that we're not doing anything wrong. Now, if you drove past a guy standing on the corner at 2 a.m. by himself, then you need to go, what the fuck are you doing? Mm-hmm. That's the guy doing something wrong. Not the ones who know we're drawing attention. We're not going to draw attention if we're doing something wrong.
Right.
And it wasn't, of course he has his ideas and I have my ideas. But the best I can say to him is like, yo, it's like trying to explain to a deer why hunting season makes sense. Trying to explain to me why it's justifiable to murder a guy who has, for the police to murder a guy who has a rap sheet is like trying to justify to a deer why it's okay to hunt. Mm-hmm. So that's what I got to say about
and on that note, I feel like that's a great way to put a summary to it all.
Yeah. What the hell, dude?
What the fuck? What are you?
Are you watching porn?
What the
No, I'm not you. I'm not all the way you. I'm just corrupted a little bit by you.
Now he's on Snapchat.
Yeah, this is Snapchat.
Oh.
But I haven't snapped anything yet.
Did you get that? Did you get it yet?
All right.
Oh. Hold on. Let me know when you're rolling. Sorry.
I'm rolling. Wait, hold on. All right, go ahead, Dre. That's your snap? That's what you're going to snap?
I send this bird out to all the people.
Okay,
just all the people.
That's going to go on Snapchat.
Okay.
I didn't know if everybody was leaving. I had to make sure my stuff was still there.
Oh. Yeah, so it's been a fun podcast.
It has been. It was probably number 1 and or number 2 the least sexual podcast ever.
And that's not on purpose. That's not on purpose.
It kind of is on purpose because you guys told me I had to calm down the sexual talk and shit.
No.
I don't remember.
It wasn't.
No, y'all said that.
No, we were talking about last week. No, first of all, what we had said was it was brought to our attention that our podcasts are very overtly sexual.
Yeah, so what that said to me is y'all niggas don't want me talking all about.
No.
That's the vibe I got from y'all niggas.
Out of that.
You know,
Just like Trump said, law and order. Well, y'all niggas said, cut out all talk about sex and booty and ass and
the
shit.
only reason he heard that is because he was still asleep
I'm not asleep.
when we were talking to him last week.
No, I wasn't asleep.
No, but I made this realization. The reason the podcasts were so strongly sexual, number one, that's why they were made. Because we would get to talking about things of illicit natures on the regular show.
Yeah, we couldn't.
And we couldn't
really
get too
delve
deep.
into.
We had to stop and we had to curb our language. Shout out to y'all for hooking it up. Thank you.
Wow.
But you know, that's why we would do a whole show where we were tamed, where we were reined in, where you know we were family friendly for the first 2 hours.
Right.
And then you know, it was Mr. Nasty time at podcast time.
And then it was, what's my favorite word? Bitch!
You know, it was, you know, teabag that whole time. But, however, now we not doing a lot, you know, because we're only doing the podcast for right now, we're covering everything. Everything?
Everything.
We do talk about things other than, you know, bumping uglies. So we fitting all of that into the podcast right now. Once we go back to doing live and the podcast, it's all ass and titties, ass and titties, ass and titties, ass and titties, mucking, massaging and fucking, mucking,
massaging and fucking.
Get on it, D. Atlanta. Speaking of Atlanta, I will be relocating to Atlanta within the next year. So,
Now, if I got something to say about it,
Paper boy, all about that paper boy.
listen, I'm gonna say it right here, right now, live on the air.
We ain't live.
Well,
Touche.
Sorry.
Touche.
shut that shit down quickly.
Touche.
Oh,
This is why we keep you around.
Okay, so you say on the air,
I'm saying
on the podcast.
I'm saying on recorded medium,
Mm-hmm.
whatever you want to call this shit,
Sorry.
that it is my duty and my job not to keep you away from Atlanta,
Mm-hmm.
but to get us paid in some form or format for doing the show by then.
And you do that,
I don't give a fuck if it's Atlanta. I don't give a fuck New Orleans. Wherever the money is, that's where we go.
and I'm down for that, and I will just be traveling, and you just might have to move.
Hey,
It's a conversation we just might have to have.
okay.
yeah, I looked at my reflection on the building walking up the hill, and I was like, yeah, I'm fat as a motherfucker.
Nah, yo.
No, you're
I
not,
need
you're
to-
not in my club.
I need to just go ahead and walk all these hills
I would
every
fuck-
day.
You're not in the
I would be
club.
a happy man if I woke up and weighed what you weigh tomorrow morning.
Word.
It was like, what?
Word.
I'm only 2-something?
Nigga.
Fuck yeah.
Well, I mean, you like 6'9", and
That just happens to
you
be one
like
of my favorite
5'3", so
positions. That's all.
I'm 5'3". You made me Kevin Hart now?
are you not 5'3"?
I'm Kevin Hart? Damn, son.
You not 5'3"?
No, motherfucker.
Oh shit, I'm
No,
not being your friend right now.
No, you're not. I'm
Kevin Hart-
5'8", B.
Oh, I'm
Kevin,
sorry.
Kevin Hart's smaller than 5'3".
He's listed as 5'3" or 5'4".
Just like some NBA players are listed as 6'11" and they're only 6'5". No, Kevin Hart's smaller than 5'3". I'm gonna tell you why I know. I walked past Ice Cube once upon a time. I've seen him at High 97, and Ice Cube looked to be about 5'5", 5'3".
I don't believe that.
And Kevin Hart is
Yeah,
short.
look that up, Chrissy. Cube can't be that short, B.
Cube is
Nah,
if Cube
I would be surprised if Cube
is
passed
5'6".
5'6".
I was about to
I'll
say
say Cube 5'10".
if Cube is 5'6", I'll be fucking
5'8".
surprised.
5'8", so Cube is my height.
No, so they
And
say
that 5'8" is a lie.
that 5'8" is
Hey,
generous.
Kevin Hart 5'4".
That's a lie.
Yeah.
That's a lie.
I know Lil
Well, that's
Wayne
what
is
they
like,
listed.
I think Lil Wayne is 5'3".
5'8".
Possibly.
You say 5'8".
But he's definitely not far. Because
Dr. Dre is 6'1".
Drina, who was with me, was not even grown. It's when we went to get our Method Man Redman tickets. She was only 14. So she was taller than Cube. Because he walked past us. And I mean, he was below my shoulder. Way below. Cube is a tiny motherfucker. He literally is an ice cube. So Kevin Hart shouldn't even be Kevin Hart. Should be like Kevin
Little.
Atrium.
Kevin Ventricle.
Kevin Ventricle. He's not even a whole heart. He's a
Wholehearted.
Half heart.
We'll wrap this heart up. All right.
Yeah, because I got dinner to get.
Yeah, me too.
Shit to do. All right, so podcast over. VI, good job working the boards. D,
I appreciate
you weren't
it.
too racist today. Thank you, Christie, for showing up. It was a
Word, shout out to Christie for
pleasant
coming through.
surprise.
Yay.
And,
We miss you. We appreciate you.
We
Come
did,
back.
We did.
I will. If I get out of class, I will come early.
Welcome back.
And,
Welcome back. Welcome
He always
back.
starts singing, don't pay him no.
back.
so give him the silent treatment.
Yeah.
No. Don't you remember?
Good
you
job,
told
good job.
me You love me, baby.
Oh, no.
They all can be shut down.
All mics can be shut down.
You said you'd be coming back.
That's the show.
So that's the end of the show. I'm gonna drown. Oh shit.
He's like, nope. Good night.
Oh.
All right, everybody, have your moment. Fuck all you hoes.
Oh, he put him back on. Goodbye, world.
All right.
Bye, bitches.